All right, guys. So I want us to finish here. As I was speaking, guys, about the fact that you see, guys, there's a strong connection. Why? Because the word of God, guys, is here. So I don't want to give off a wrong message, but at the same time, I want to make sure that I'm in line, with the word. But how do you do it when something is just your nature? You're stylish by nature. Well, you have to sit down and try to make sure that you don't preach a wrong message by your actions. You understand? So I rely on my conscience on that, because the word doesn't show how we should wear or how we shouldn't wear, except it says that we should wear decency. You understand? So it's things like that. Now, guys, our conscience, God's laws, guys, are written in our conscience. Now, when you become spiritually alive, because nowadays you won't be like the people of old, meaning the laws of sin and death won't be there, but it's actually the laws that are in line with Jesus' teachings, because we are spiritually alive. We have his blood, you understand, not the blood of animals. You know what I mean? So our conscience is in line with his laws. You understand? So obey your conscience. Guys, the other thing I actually had to do when I came back to my daddy was forgiving my mom. Guys, it was so hard. Guys, forgiveness is so hard. My conscience was just not happy. I couldn't rest. So when I came back to my daddy, the first thing, the other thing I had to do was actually deal with what she was doing or saying to us. Guys, my mom was a drunkard. I don't know if that's a good word to use, or an alcoholic. She will be drunk from Monday to Sunday, and she will say things, guys, hurtful, harsh things, not only to me, but also to my other siblings, you understand? And she really, really destroyed us, emotionally. The things she used to say, I'm not going to say, but, it was so hard. When we are young, parents tend to say things and do things and brush those things off, thinking that, oh, she'll forget she's a child. When you're old, all those things, they come back and they haunt you. So I was haunted by those things, not only me, all guys, my siblings as well, because you used to sit and talk about these things, and really, it really affected them. So I remember when I came back, the first thing I had to do was just forgive her from the heart. You understand? Guys, she will say stuff, sometimes in the middle of the night, and she would just go and stand by the road and tell people our stuff and swear at us and say this and that and this and that. Everyone in the community will know our stuff, and we won't sleep the whole night. Then we will have to go to school the next day. We are so sleepy, you sleep in the class because you haven't been sleeping. Your mother was drunk the whole night, busy making noise until 5 o'clock in the morning. Guys, it was so hard. Sometimes she would steal money. You can't even go to school because she stole in your transport money, and guys, just to buy alcohol. You know what I mean? So if you've got an alcoholic parent, I know the pain. In fact, I remember I actually had this friend, in church back in the days, and she was telling me, you know what? I didn't sleep today. I'm like, why you didn't sleep? Oh, my mom was shouting the whole night. I laughed at her. I said, no, don't worry, she will die. And I left, and I left, So later I came back to my mother. I was like, what if I offended her? What if she doesn't, she doesn't understand what I mean? So I went back to her and I said, I'm so sorry. Did I offend you by saying that? She was laughing. She said, no. I think you understand my problem. I said, yeah, my mom was exactly like that, And when she passed on in 2010, and now it's 2024. So she passed on in 2010. And when she passed on, I was like, no one is going to abuse us anymore. It sounds bad. It sounds evil. You don't know until you go through that. Guys, until you have a parent who is a drunkard, you don't know. Guys, alcohol, and I remember also one of my friends used to say, maybe that's why you don't like having a family of your own. Maybe what happened to you, because see, guys, to be honest, I had a very nice childhood. Guys, a very, very nice, I was a happy child, but the things that she used to say when I was young, they came back when I was old, and I couldn't control that. So the anger was there, the bitterness, so I had to forgive her. I really had to forgive her from the heart. I remember one time when I was working, I was at work and she called me later and she asked for money and it was not even the end of the month and she wanted money. I said, I didn't have it. It's not even the end of the month. She shouted at me. She saw at me, vulgar language. I actually removed, the phone from my ear. I did not hang up, but I just removed it from my ear because it's rude to hang up when an elder is speaking. But the vulgar language, I'm telling you, swear she went to school to learn vulgar language. So my colleague was like, who's screaming like that? I'm like, it's my mom. She's drunk. She wanted money. It's strange that when you are a parent, you don't take care of your kids. You go and live with your boyfriends and everything, and you leave your kids with their parents. And, when they are old and working, you want money. You become so angry with all of that, no apologies, of the things, no acknowledgement of the things she did. And she comes back and by force now, she wants money. Guys, really, really, those things affected me. Really, really affected me. So when I came back to my father, the first thing I had to do, guys, was forgive her. The first thing I had to do, guys, was forgive her. And when you forgive someone, you have to go back and go deep. You have to go back and go deep. Unless you do that, you will never forgive from the heart because it must be from the heart. But it's hard. It takes time. It takes time, but I had to do it. So I was thinking about her yesterday. I remember she used to do this thing, she used to buy alcohol and then late at night, she would go to church with alcohol while people are busy praying and singing in church. She'll be sitting in the back, and drinking alcohol. And after that, she'll be giving it to people. Guys, but see, I was still young, because she used to do that when I was young, I did not even know that it was wrong, In fact, because she was drinking and going to church, to me, that was like, oh, it's normal, which means drinking and going to church is okay, guys, parents, so it's things like that. So I had to forgive, such things because, guys, the words she would say, she was verbally abusive. And the parent, guys, who is a drunkard, that parent can be verbally abusive, sometimes physically. I think physically, but physically, I'll be lying to you. She wasn't. She was an angel. In fact, when she was sober, she was an angel. It's just that you can count those sober moments. You won't even reach 5 times. But it was hard because when those things come back, they come back like a flood and they hurt you and they affect you. You know what I mean? So maybe I did not like to have a family of my own because of that. I don't know. Either way, I was content by being myself, you understand? So it's things like that. But I'm trying to say that our conscience, my conscience was not at rest, my conscience wanted me to forgive her, even though I had not delved into the word, had not understood the word. I still had to forgive her. I knew that that's the thing I had to do. Why? The conscience, guys, you can't ignore it, because when you ignore it, it becomes less effective. It becomes worse, in fact, less effective, or use the word worse, until you lose it. And when you lose it, when you no longer listen to your conscience, you die again. You find that you are busy having sex with your boyfriend or girlfriend outside marriage and you are saved. Believe me, there will come a time where your conscience will never speak to you again. What does that mean? You're dead. When your conscience is no longer in line with the word of God, it means you are dead. Why? Because Paul is telling us that in fact, verse 15 of Romans chapter 2 says, who show the work of the law written in their heart, their conscience also bearing witness, and between them, themselves, their thoughts accusing or else excusing them. You understand? So your conscience will accuse you, will defend you. Why? Because the word of God is written in our heart. When you get saved, it is in line with the laws that Jesus gave. The Israelites, they were given the other laws because they're spiritually dead. We are given the other laws. That's why Jesus said, it was said, now I'm saying. It was said, now I'm saying. It was said, now I'm saying. He says, I did not come to abolish the law, but to fulfill it. So he fulfilled those laws and he gave the new laws because he was coming to strike what? A new covenant. You understand? So your conscience, don't ignore it. If your conscience says do not love money, don't love money. You understand? I used to love things. I used to be classy. That's why I usually speak about these things, because I don't understand why my Lord gave me this message so much. Probably, obviously it's because of his word. I was called. I knew that I was called from the age of 14. But you know what I mean, guys? Things happened and I was a teenager and what, and I did not understand things lack of guidance and everything. So, but when he gave me those words and saying, if you love the things of the world, you're not going to make it to my kingdom. It was hard for me, but my conscience was also bearing witness with me, because the word is here, guys. The churches may have their own beliefs and complimenting us and saying, you blessed, you blessed. Pastors will be saying, wow, you blessed, because I was classy and glamorous and everything, but is it in line with the word? No. It sounds good, granted. Our guys, granted. Believe me, pastors are preaching a nice message. Nice. I give it to them. So nice. They are like motivational speakers. You understand? They are like freedom fighters. Nice message. It's just that I don't expect it. I don't expect such messages from someone who's called by Jesus, because Jesus has already given us the script. You understand? We don't have to rhyme. We don't have to rhyme. I remember when I was going to church in 2009, the slogan of the church in that year was 2009 is 2009, meaning dream big, dream big. Guys, dream big is good, but for the world, not for someone who belongs to the kingdom of heaven. When you belong to the kingdom of heaven, the script is here. Jesus has given us the script. We don't have to rhyme. Pastors are busy rhyming. We don't have to rhyme. We are given the word. We preach the word. People might not want it, but it's given to them. Jesus did not say force them to believe the word. Jesus did not say convince them. Jesus will give you proof when he wants to, if he wants to, you understand? But he's not saying convince them. Guys, I've got proof of the word authenticity. I've got proof of it. And I don't go about telling people, about that proof, because Jesus did not say convince them. If you convince them, you'll make it to my kingdom. He said preach. So if you take it, take it. If you don't take it, don't take it. You understand? But at the end of the day, proof is for me. Even worse, you can't even prove it to people, because when Jesus proves things to you, he doesn't say, you know what, take out the camera now. I'm going to show you this thing, this and that, you understand? I'm going to do this and that. No, he doesn't do that. So proof is for you. It's just for you alone. You can go now and witness that, what Jesus is saying is 100%. You understand? Because that's what witnessing is all about. You are witnessing that what he is saying is 100%. That's why he's showing it. If he doesn't show it, fine. The word is here. You understand? That's why I never speak about churches' beliefs, because I'm not in any church. I don't believe. Guys, I don't belong to any denomination. You understand? Because the beliefs are not in line with the word. I stick with the word, because when I leave this kingdom, I want to enter the kingdom of Jesus. When I leave this earth, guys, I want to enter the kingdom of heaven. And how do I do that? By sticking to Jesus' beliefs, not church's beliefs. You understand? It's just the way it is. You understand, guys? So obey your conscience, respect your conscience, give it a chance. Because if you don't, as time goes, your conscience is not going to speak to you. As you will find people who just don't listen to their conscience. Why? The conscience was there, telling them, rebuking them, excusing them, you understand? But they did not. They continued doing those things. So when you continue doing those things, your conscience will stop. Hence, you will find pastors preaching earthly blessings, riches, prosperity. The word is here. Preaching forever forgiveness. The word is here. Why? The conscience is no longer right. They are now spiritually dead. When you're spiritually dead, your conscience will not speak to you. You understand? Your conscience should be in line with the word. Obviously, when you're not spiritually alive, maybe you have not heard of the word. Your conscience is obviously in line with the laws of sin and death. You will obey those laws. But I don't know if nowadays there is a country that has not heard of Jesus. Guys, I doubt it. I doubt it. I know that everyone knows of Jesus. It's just that they know that it's just that they think that Jesus is giving riches, earthly blessings, and once they are saved forever. So they never stop sinning. I just wish that people were actually listening to the word. Guys, my Lord, told me, Nini, safeguard my word. Stick to my word. That's why, guys, I always tell you to stick to the word. That's why because my Lord told me, safeguard my word. I can never forget that. I remember it was 2009 when he said that. He said, safeguard my word. Stick to my word. You understand? But at that time, guys, I was still going to church. And at that time, my Lord was allowing me to go to church, even though he was starting to teach me, the word. But I did not understand. So stick to the word. You understand? And guys, respect your conscience. If you are saved, respect your conscience. Respect, guys, your conscience. I'll keep saying that because the laws of God are written in your heart. Even though you might not understand yet, you might be doing that thing. Because if you've recently gotten saved, you might not understand the word, but your conscience is here. It tells you, you guys, your conscience will not rest. You understand? Why? It is in line with the word. Until next.